Should we do good guy, bad guy?
Right.
I mean, like, my
Let's do
God.
it. Let's do it. We're going to run through it quickly. We're going to run through it quickly. It's easy this week. First up, good guy. In honor of Jim Cunningham, this is a man that's near and dear to his heart. We both have bobbleheads of his face. He, of course, is Georgetown head coach Patrick Ewing, who ended the 29-game Big East losing streak against DePaul. Congratulations, Tuesday night.
Did he get carried off the floor?
I watched
Did
this
his
game.
teammate, his players, put him on his shoulders?
They should have, because I watched this game. One of the most inspiring moments that they had, just like with what they have with Chris Holtman in Minnesota. Our friends at Fox had mic'd up segments with Patrick Ewing. So you got an inside look at the huddle.
Have you ever shot that shot?
It was a lot of have you ever shot that shot energy, which was amazing. Also, at one point, with about 3 minutes to go in the game, he ripped his tie off. Very old school. I'm sending a message. We're going to get this win, because it couldn't be 30. It could not be 30 straight Big East losses.
No, you don't. Nobody beats Georgetown 30 times.
Nobody
beats
you can't
30
do that.
Times. Yeah,
not
happen.
Tonight. Not on our watch. Not at home. The other fun part about this game, and the reason why he's the good guy, is because those officials we talked about, and shout out to Georgetown, they were aggressive all night. 41 free throws
for Georgetown.
So they win this game again. Ends the 29-game Big East losing streak. I think Patrick Ewing is such a good guy because he does this. He gets the proverbial crowd off his back. They're done now.
Extension.
Right. Let's keep this man around.
Yeah.
But the headlines are out, Titus, and they're saying this is why he's a good guy. They're like, even though he ended this streak that was dating back to 2021, please get him out of here. Please step down. Please be a good guy. In the article, they're asking him to be a good guy for the sake of the program. Step down after he just ended the streak, and I don't like to see it, but that's why he's a good guy.
Do you think he's gonna step down?
No.
I don't either.
Why
I get like my read on it is like, I don't think.
How disrespectful is it that people are talking about it as a vacant job? And it's Patrick Ewing. We're not talking about nobody. It's Patrick Ewing. I mean, it's tough. 29 games in a row in the Big East for a program like Georgetown, but it's also Patrick Ewing. Like you said, who's going to tell Patrick Ewing to Dikembe Mutombo? Like who's the voice of reason in the family of Georgetown?
But yeah, the guy, some Georgetown dude pointed out that the Mutombo's on the board. Right. So I don't think Mutombo can tell him, because then that's a little too aggressive. Like, because then he's like getting fired at that point. You know what I mean?
I like to think that every one of those meetings ends after they talk to Condoleezza, and then they look at Mutombo. They're like, "Should we fire you?" And he's like, "No, no, no."
Maybe it is Condoleezza Rice that has to tell Patrick Ewing.
She's the only one.
She's the only one.
Right.
She's the only one anyone respects in college sports.
And she knows DC. She knows DC.
So everyone talked about the 29-game losing streak in the Big East. Is anyone going to talk about the 1-game winning streak now? Are we going to get that? Or when they play St. John's?
Yeah, Sunday. St. John's.
St. John's Sunday. Is that in the Garden, or is it in
I don't think it's in the I don't think it's in the I don't think it's in the Garden.
But it might, no, because it's a weekend game. Don't they usually play the weekend games?
It's at the Garden.
Dude,
it is.
Yep.
Patrick Ewing coming back to the Garden.
Mecca.
2-game winning streak.
2-game winning streak.
And people forget at the start of the year. People do forget this. They started out 2-0. They beat Coppin State. They beat Green Bay. So like, this is not. If you're telling me Patrick Ewing has 2 winning streaks in a season, and you're trying to get rid of this man,
that's true. It's a great point.
Get out of my face.
That's a great point.
Good guy of the week, Patrick Ewing. Shout out to Georgetown. I'm glad they got the win. It was. I couldn't believe I was watching it as it was happening, but it felt like history. Like, there's not a lot of times that you're watching basketball and you're like, I'm a part of history. Because if they lose 30 games, they don't.
Give me your pity power rankings right now of as they're winning. You have that thought of like, this is so cool for them, and you're just kind of laughing to yourself that you're beating DePaul at home. This should not be that big of a deal. Is it Georgetown won, Louisville won, Cal?
I think Louisville's won.
Louisville still won. Yeah.
Just because maybe it's because of Mike Rutherford. I feel like there's some sort of personal connection there, and I've seen Mike Rutherford deal with it in real time. Which salute to him, shout out to him. What a soldier. Georgetown just feels inevitable.
Yeah.
It's like I'm tired of feeling bad for Georgetown. It's been so long.
I think Louisville sees a light at the end of the tunnel as a program. Not this year, obviously. Maybe not even next year. But like there is like Louisville's not going to suck forever. But the fear with Georgetown is maybe that they will.
It's over.
I don't know. Like maybe
it's over.
Yeah, that's like the worst possible thing that could happen to Georgetown basketball is they win the Big East tournament. That would like every Georgetown fan would actually cry, I think. And not tears of joy. They would be devastated. That would be the worst possible thing.
And I will say, I do like Qudus Wahab. And I think Qudus Wahab has gotten better under the guidance of Patrick Ewing. And I think it was always, people got upset because Patrick Ewing was kind of shelved to be this big man coach, kind of like what, we see with Bob McAdoo with the Miami Heat. They're like, you're the big man coach. You're a big man. You stay in your lane. Yep. You do that. So it was great when Patrick Ewing got the opportunity. We wanted to work. But I think at this point, maybe all parties involved say, let's be better. Let's win some games. Let's win some games.
Yeah. You a bad guy?
Bad guy of the week. First, I wanted to do an honorable mention. I saw this on the Today Show. I don't really watch the Today Show much, but it was on my TV this morning, and they brought up college basketball, which
okay, can I guess what they brought it up for?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, help me out though. Is this like a recent story or like
recent story
macro, like it's the state of the sport?
No, it's a recent story, like fun social media. Like, did you see this wild moment? That energy.
I'm gonna guess. I mean, the only thing that comes, the thing that makes the most sense to me is Caitlin Clark. Something. I'm not even kidding. Or Bronny.
I was gonna say,
or Bronny being a McDonald's All-American.
I think Bronny. Now McDonald's is involved, but not McDonald's All-Americans. Bronny should have been the story, but apparently some guy, and this all turned out to be a hoax.
The dude.
But they talked about it on the Today Show as if it wasn't a hoax. They were basically like, when your Uber Eats order goes wrong at a basketball game, and then they cut into the guy walking. And honestly, it was good defense. He trapped a guy in the corner and forced a turnover. So shout out to that guy. But he had a McDonald's bag. Turns out it was all a stunt. No one.
He had a lav mic on. He had like there were two guys carrying like lights around to get the lighting right in the shot.
Right. It was a very much like Borat. It was like the Borat movie. It was like real, but is it? One of those.
One
things.
Guy with a boom mic just in case the lav battery runs out. He's running around.
He was this close to being the bad guy of the week though, because the Today Show got me. I'm watching the Today Show. They do a whole thing. Savannah Guthrie's like, I wonder what how many times how he got in there, all this stuff, and it was a hoax.
Some TikTok dip.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But back to McDonald's. Okay. McDonald's All-Americans. The real bad guys of the week is the Wagner family. For the first time, 3 generations of McDonald's All-Americans. We got Milt Wagner, we got DeJuan Wagner, and we got DeJuan Wagner Jr. Not to be confused with the Wagner family, who have Franz Wagner and Moritz Wagner, or what are they? There's another Wagner group. There's a lot of people that have this name, but the mercenaries fighting for Russia is the Wagner group. Yeah. So there's 3. There's Wagner, there's Wagner, and there's Wagner, and I'm talking about the 3 generations of McDonald's All-Americans. That's Milt Wagner, DeJuan Wagner, and TJ Wagner.
We're not talking about Russian
That's the number one
soldiers.
Wagner. That's the number one Wagner in the world, and to have 3 generations, obviously Milt Wagner's at Louisville. Tried to get DJ Wagner to come there. That was the move. But DeJuan Wagner is at Kentucky, and his son DJ Wagner, who's the number 1 recruit in some sites as far as the 2023 class, he is going to go play for Kentucky. But all 3 McDonald's All-Americans. There you go.
What if DJ Wagner had gone to Wagner University? What about that? Think about that. With
I love
Wagner's
the
11-7, 4-3 in the Northeast Conference. They're in the mix, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
When DJ Wagner has Trip, his third, Trip Wagner.
You should go to.
When do you offer?
Who's the most famous athlete to, like if Joe Montana played for the Grizz, and it said Montana on his front and back.
Ooh.
Like who's got the best? I'm sure there's an example I can't think of. I'm sure there's a guy that
Johnny Utah.
He went to Ohio State, dude.
I know,
but he should have gone to Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a guy named Clemson that went to Clemson?
Hannah Montana.
Hannah. She played outside linebacker for Montana.
Yeah.
Steve Young, I guess. He's literally
Brigham Young
descendant.
Yeah. Right.
But that's it's not quite.
When you have to draw the parallel, when you have to make the connection, it's tough. It'd be like, we want a straight one,
Alfred Gonzaga.
Alfred. This is a stupid exercise. Moving on.
Yep.
But there you go. That's your bag. That's your bag.
That's awesome.
The Wagner family.
That is kind of cool.
3 generations of McDonald's.
But it also makes you feel old. I mean, I wasn't around when Milt Wagner was a McDonald's All-American, but the idea that grandsons are now, that is a little weird. And it even makes me feel old that DeJuan Wagner's son, Peja Stojakovic's son, LeBron James' son are all McDonald's All-Americans. It's oof, yikes.
And we got Carmelo's son on the way.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Right. D Wade's son's already like overplaying in the BAL. I mean, we got kids are everywhere. We're old. It's okay. We'll put up with it. But that's the bad guy of the week. Hey there, thanks for watching Titus and Tate. For the full friend of the program experience, subscribe right below and come join us for all things college basketball. The action is heating up. Come join Titus and Tate.